broadcast, fool. Yeah, I think that's how he. I think like he thinks like that's how he be done. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me end my broadcast so Joker broadcast. But it's like, nah, it's all one. It's all one stream, Jim. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to text him about that. Don't hit the end broadcast. I'm gonna just take over the scene. um, yeah, he didn't. That wasn't supposed to happen, but it's fine. We're back in here. Get these setups going for y'all. We got TikTok off to the side, so they could see what the goings ons is. Let me make everything bigger and whatnot, so everything can be seen by everybody it needs to be seen by. All right. Okay. We're gonna start. I'm gonna start off with this NZDJPY setup because listen, this is why y'all need to tap into the live sessions. You feel me? Because you get entries like these. You dig what I'm saying? Let me take my automated trader off the screen for a second so I can show you. Look, come on, dog. And listen, look. Like the bot, I didn't have listen when I set this, y'all listen, the live stream was on. I had the camera running when I set this up. Y'all can see that I didn't have the bot actually on, like showing on the asset when I set it up, but you know, running it back afterwards, as you can see, it did indeed trade out of this area that we had set up preemptively, um and whatnot. So like I'm gonna do another TikTok where I do the before and the after because my before and afters be freaking legendary, dog. And don't get me wrong, not all of my trades go like this. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not all of them. A lot of them, more than most. You dig what I'm saying? Definitely more than my phone fell. Sorry, chat. Um, Most definitely more than your average TikTok guru. You know what I'm saying? But nah, let's get into why I want to buy more NZDJPY. So not only are we getting a, let me share this tab over here so I can see what I'm looking at. We're getting a +8 score on the Edge Finder, right? And we all know what that means. That means we're getting good fundamental flows towards our asset. So we're able to find some positioning on the chart. That's how that works. Now, had I probably checked when it got into this area, Bird's Eye Tool probably said, bullish momentum incoming. But we didn't. I wasn't looking at the chart last night. As much as I would have liked to be because I was getting a whole bunch of other administrative things done. By which I do have some announcements to make. There's a brand new trading platform, even better than MT4, MT5, Trade Locker, C Trader, everything, and we got it for y'all. But let's get through some of these trades first, and then we're gonna dig into that. Now, I would like NZDJPY to just give us smooth. It's been moving so clean. You know what I mean? Let's look at the 4 hour real quick so I can show you what I mean. So clean. We don't have any like divergence going on. Fundamentals are behind it, so we're just looking to continue to the upside with this. I did leave a pending order down here, so I am in a quite a bit of profit right now. But if you're not in it, that's why we do the live session, so y'all could get positioning on these here charts. I'd like just a cool little pullback to meet me in the middle with this little last swing high that we broke down here. Test it one more again and just leave us. Go ahead and push on higher. Now, short term TP, this little 93 460 area, 465. And then after that, I'll be just trailing stops in profit with 93.48 ish being the real ending target where I'll really be trailing it a lot closer than just formation sake. Now, there's quite a few setups because NZD Chef. Let's look at that because we got in NZD Chef last week. Took some profits, not to so we didn't have to hold all the swaps in the world. um I'd like to put for this to push higher on this here candle. See, like, there's a few strategies that take into account. Let's go over here. There's a few strategies that take into account um how much an asset goes against the current trend in a short period of time. And with this having this super red day here, super red 8 hour span, roughly. Um, it's not. It's almost a 1% drop, not a full 1% drop, about 0.7% drop, but for this pair specifically, that's quite a bit. You know what I'm saying? That's quite a bit. Especially when we're in a bullish NZD Chef environment. So I took a position right here this morning. I like it. Uh, my risk is really just the first position, and I'm just gonna. It's really essentially knock the phone over again. Essentially, it's a 1-to-1. It's roughly a 1-to-1 trade here that we got for the second entry. For the first entry, that what I'm saying, we're already stop loss at break even, so we're not really too worried about that. But roughly a 1-to-1 for this NZD Chef entry. Not the greatest risk to rewards. You like to do 1 to 2 minimum for the most part, but you know what I mean. You gotta get in where you fit in. Then AD Chef. So AD Chef. I'm I'm not actually in this here sell. I'm waiting for this buy to happen. Um, because we're getting good fundamentals, but not great technicals here, right? So it's like momentum is to the downside. You know what I'm saying? We've pushed under this low and we didn't immediately get back into this consolidation, and we sort of rejected the low that was broken a little bit here. And this is on the 4 hour time frame. So we're talking about 4 hour rejection, right? So I believe we're probably gonna test out this low again and then buy up off of it. So this probably doesn't need to be all the way over there. But maybe by the end of London session tonight, I feel like we'll probably not be at the end of London. Excuse me, I misspoke. The end of Asian session this evening. I think we'll probably be into a position to actually buy this. It's just right now where it's at, and with the momentum that's already given up, I would not like the buy, even though it's a great read on the Edge Finder. You don't just immediately get in. You know what I'm saying? I'd like this to test this here again, and then I'd be willing to take the small risk to reward, small risk to the big reward of taking it back to these swing highs up here. It's just current positioning. That's not nearly the same risk to reward. You know what I'm saying? So if it decides to break back into this consolidation here, you know what I'm saying? Like if it decides to really get to digging back into this, then we'll reevaluate. But as far as momentum goes, that's what I can feel at hand currently. And then what else we got? AU. Yeah, AU. I was looking at an AU setup. This is my AU setup. I was looking at this morning. AU's got a decent score on the Edge Finder, if I'm not mistaken. Not super good, not super bad. Actually, now that I'm refreshing it, nah, but I mean, with AUD Chef having such a good read, You know what I mean? Um, just if for like in correlation's sake, I would like to, you know what I'm saying? I would like a trade to come from a touch off of this area here, right? And honestly, I'm really only risking this where the screen line is. So again, another one that's like really on the smaller risk side, you know, if we're talking in terms of pippage, and then just looking to take out this swing high here and then trail. But I think would probably be an even better setup is well, it, there's not too many amazing setups. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see. NZD. Pretty sure I have something. Yeah. Well, no, we already looked at it. Yeah, we already looked at it. Um, EUR I sometimes like trading, but it's not giving much of a good read. Let's take a look at gold though. Um, everyone loves the gold trade. Whew, just keeps breaking higher. Just keeps going higher. Broke out of that channel. It, it left that channel. Left that on by. So, how do you get in? You don't. You just wait. Gold is catching up to silver as in terms of movement. Um, but you know what is the even better probably breakout long term, the next breakout ish long term trade. This here Bitcoin. So we thought that we were gonna get a more of a breakout from here off of this little falseness that we were given. I took a very small position, and then it ended up closing out right there, and you know, win some, you lose some. But it was really just a false breakout, is all. But in if we look at the overall scope of what this looks like, right? Um, it's like I would love 74, 72, you know what I'm saying, of an entry, but at the same time, we could be putting in, hold on, get this trend line here. We could be putting in sort of a higher low here. You know what I mean? And in that regard, we're in a decent place if you're a bull. You know? It's not the worst. I don't love these levels. You know what I'm saying? Because it feels kind of free floaty with these because you got a little bit of a support here. Let me see. At 83. Bull stepped in. Bull stepped in at 88 between 79 and 83. You know what I'm saying? A decent level. Actually, I'd rather put a box there just to kind of culminate that whole little. Yeah, get rid of that. Yeah, you kind of got a decent support there, but it's just like I would like to see it start moving higher before I get in. You know, um, like this swing high gets broken. Okay, we're trending. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're sort of. Let me get rid of this so you can see exactly what I'm about to mark up. Um, we're sort of giving up a little bit of a. You feel me? If we just look in terms of this right here, but it's like that's not much price action. You know what I mean? There's a lot of liquidity around that. You know what I'm saying? Like a day, super day trader vibes, decent. Long term positioning wise, oh, you know what I'm saying? Because like from a day trader perspective, you could risk just this. You could just risk a bounce. You know what I'm saying? If it doesn't bounce, you're done. Real small, real light. You know what I'm saying? And then if it fails, we could also seek positioning off of this level here. That's how I'd like to play that. And then like with 70, I don't really want to play it too much deeper than shoot 72 high, 72 sort of high. Wouldn't be getting in until 74 down here. So the risk to reward ain't bad on either of them. Whether you want to wait or you want to go ahead and see if the market wants to start pushing a little higher, the risk to reward isn't bad either way you swing it. But you know, risk is risk. Tis all. Of course, this is not financial advice. You know what I'm saying? This is what I'm doing with my trading. Y'all need to trade safely, trade wisely. Um, I mean, I'm gonna see something about this. If we break this low, I'm gonna see about it. I'm gonna see if Bitcoin wants to give up this entry. We stop out, we stop out. You know what I mean? We stop out, we stop out. But I'm definitely gonna set alerts in those positions because those places are nice. Now, I want to show you. I want to show you some things. Okay, I gotta get off of. I'm gonna end the TikTok live. Everybody on TikTok, go ahead and slide over to my YouTube. It's in it's in my bio. But I have to end that because on this phone I have the new platform. So I want to go ahead and announce it. So I just got a brand new 100K account. Um, with my own firm, of course. Um, I can if it'll. Okay, hold on. Let's like do away with this green screen for a second. Can I do that while I'm streaming? Cause like I want to actually show it to you guys. Um, settings, virtual background. It's already on. All right, so it won't let me edit it until I put this back on the charger. I guess. Maybe. Let's see. Okay, so no, I have to change that. I have to change that before I actually start the stream. But let's see if I can sort of trick it. Okay, sort of tricking it, sort of tricking it. Okay, almost tricked it. There we go. There we go. So let me. This is just a little trade on, man. Let me. That there's, where you can scroll through all your markets. So at the top, you guys aren't gonna be able to see it as well as I'd like, but at the top, right here, it's a little scroll tab where you can scroll through all the different assets. So you have Forex majors, Forex 2, Forex 3, metals, commodities, CFD, crypto. So you can it's real easy to scroll through whatever really you're looking for. And then you just like on most trading platforms down at the bottom you got a few little tabs down at the bottom. it is markets, portfolio, reports, and the menu. And then so you go to your portfolio. That's where you see all your open positions, trades, normal, regular, and then reports though. This is different from most, on your phone, regular trading platforms with MT5, 4, shoot, Trade Locker. You can't do any of this. You have account statements. You know what I'm saying? So you're reporting as a trader because you have to get your LC and file your taxes under self-employment rather than just like capital gains. This makes it all easier because you have statements and reports behind your trading. So this platform is really dope, and I think I want to do like some sort of discount tied to like anybody that gets an account with us and gets this platform specifically. I'm gonna reach out to the team. I'm gonna see what we can do about that. But right now we are doing 20% off any whatever account you get with code switched. So that's switched with a capital S because you're switching over from another platform. You ain't gonna never go back because we the best. Like we the best music. You know what I'm saying? So if you're looking for a challenge, we have some of the best challenge fees on the market. You can get like a 10K two-step challenge for like $100. Real nice, real simple, real smooth. You dig what I'm saying? I didn't plan on being on super long this morning. I just wanted to get through this morning's setups. But there is some earnings this morning. I'm not sure how much Jim went into it. I don't want to kind of step on his toes by talking about it. But I do want to go through what we have going on today so everybody can be apprised. So after the close, we'll have Netflix, IKBR. That's one of the brokers I use, and UAL. And then we had this morning MMM, DHI, USB, and FAST. So we got three red and a green, and so that is probably on the nose for why Nasdaq didn't move super great this morning. Let's go take a look at it because we haven't looked at it this morning at all. It's like I always take a look. I always take a look. Share this tab instead. Sorry. All right. Yeah. Down move this morning. Gap down, actually. Um, well, with Trump talking about tariffs again and whatnot, I I'm smelling it. I'm smelling it. We're gonna get probably a good pullback for some more good entries. So where are we going? Where are we going? Chat. Let's mark off a few key levels here. 21K and 24K, roughly 23.9, roughly. All right. We're headed to. I like as long as he like talks as crazy as possible about tariffs, which he likely will, because his homeboys is gonna be buying into Hega tech stocks when everything pulls back off of it. We're gonna wait for that to happen, and when a random swan event comes, because there are a few possible swan events on the horizon, whether that be the mortgage or a private credit issue going on right now, because there's a lot of banks that are red. There's been a lot more mergers in the beginning of 2026 than it been in a long time. And like usually when you have a lot of bank mergers and acquisitions, it's signaling weakness in the banking sector. And you also have Warren Buffett selling off like a whole bunch of bank stocks. Warren Buffett is 400 billion liquid right now. You dig what I'm saying? So that should tell you something very loudly about the market right now. Things are really tedious, and people are getting ready to buy up a lot of things. So folks are getting rid of real estate. They're getting rid of a lot of stocks at the top because of the fact that, like, well, it's kind of wash, rinse, and repeat at this point when Trump is in the office. You know what I'm saying? You kind of get a gauge at how he does things, and he keeps doing them over and over. He doesn't get a brand new playbook. He doesn't. He does not get a brand new playbook. So we are going to step it out. Some kind of swan event pops up, whether that be China, Taiwan, Ukraine, Russia, credit crisis, tariff, talking too much. One of those is going to have a sell off and pull back so we can go much higher, because like the AI trade is it's slowing down, but it's far from over. The tech trade is moving deep into the 2030s. So like folks that think it's slowing down, stock market been going too crazy. No. It's not. You're not too late. You're still gonna get an opportunity to start that long term portfolio that you've been saying that you were gonna start forever, but haven't started it yet. You're gonna get an opportunity. And listen, let me tell you something. When it comes to like setting up your like when you're go from being a day trader and you want to have like some stocks that you want to set up long term, like listen, trickle it in slowly. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to buy all the stocks you want to have in your portfolio at one time. You know what I'm saying? You wait for swan events. You wait for when tech is up. Okay, now you start getting diversified well into your defensive areas. You dig what I'm saying? And then when tech drops a little bit, that's when you start loading up on some tech. That's how you play that slowly. It's like dollar cost averaging into the stock market. You dig what I'm saying? That's generally how you should do it. And it's one thing that we do well here at TDB. It's why our portfolios do so very well in their first few years and following years. It's kind of an explosion because of how well we're able to um, uh, 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 you know dollar cost into it. They say that like time beats timing, and it's like if you have timing and time, you get the best of both worlds, and you get the best kind of portfolio possible out of it. So when you have good timing from being a trader, and you have long term patience and the ability to sit in the market for 40 years and go through any 5, 6, 8 year downturn, because you're starting young, you're getting the best. You know what I'm saying? You're definitely getting the best. So like any day traders out there that trade forex, cryptos, indices, whatever you day trade, like if you're not setting up a long term portfolio, you're doing yourself a disservice, because you're more apt to do it than most people. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna talk y'all head off too much. We done got through the bulk of everything that I wanted to get through. We're bumping up on my 30-minute mark here. Y'all know I like to keep it to that 30 minutes, so I don't dig into y'all day too much, because I like to preach that this is a sport that doesn't take too much time constraints, as far as like once you know what you're doing, when you're learning, it's just get your 10,000 hours in. When you're learning anything, get 10,000 hours in. But after that, day trading is something we use to get our time back from. So if you haven't been able to really get the hang of this, and you want to learn from me, my course is completely free. You guys don't have to buy $1,000, $10,000 course out there from anybody. The course that was $500 is now free. So like, it's not just some little throwaway course that I'm just giving y'all for free because it's like some BS. No, what is actually valuable, we're giving y'all for free. So just drop your email, whether that be in the comments here, in my DM, anywhere. We'll grab that and get that sent over to you. All right. I love y'all. Make sure you're kind to somebody today. I'm gonna catch